I rolled up on my 1250 RT. Now I'm going to get on the Vulcan. Same concept, relaxed, laid-back touring, relaxed, laid-back cruiser, and of course, well, it goes without saying, there is a size difference. But the mantra is the same, relaxed, laid back. Just depends on what you want to do. And I've never even sat on this before, let alone ridden one. So let's take her for a spin today and see how she is.
Hi guys, Nothing to Prove here. Today's a beautiful day because any day one can be out on two wheels. This is a beautiful day even though it's cloudy and overcast and I'm under the constant threat of rain. But we're on the Vulcan S today. I have never been on this bike as of yet. Never made a video, nothing. Done anything. I'm learning about this bike just like you are right now. So far, so good. As far as a middleweight or really lightweight cruiser, it's fitting the bill for a parallel twin, the 650. Not bad, Kawasaki. They tuned the motor away from the normal naked slash versus scene, and you know, so that naked adventure bike or touring bike to more this cruiser. And tuned the torque a little lower, brought the power down a little bit so that they can bring it down in the lower part of the rev range. So far, liking it, and also they tuned the exhaust to sound like a cruiser and the fuel injection system too. Gave it a heavier crankshaft also to give it that lower down torque feel. Yeah, I feel it. The naked and the Versus doesn't have this. It's very interesting to feel. Now, with these engine numbers, you know, you're talking just over 60 ponies and 62 Newton meters of torque, and this cassette style transmission, 6-speed. How does that engine and transmission feel on the street?
I have very little to complain about with the way this engine is working with this transmission. Almost nothing. It's got more down-low grunt than the naked and versus the adventure versions of this bike. So you see it in my eyes, guys. I'm surprised. Yeah. Interesting. And oh, are we gonna get some rain? Looks like we might. Up and down, it doesn't matter. This cassette-style transmission. Okay, there I got a little bit of vibration. I hung on to the gear. I should have downshifted sooner. But it lets you know it's a 650, so it's not that bad. But overall, for being a 650 and a parallel twin, I am not going to complain. Again, price point. Here we go. Price point. Yeah, you see it in my eyes. This is some good bang for buck, in my humble opinion. If you're specifically looking for a cheaper cruiser and you don't want to bow to the Harley and Indian gods, you know, oh, you're paying for the name, of course, on both of those. Of course, a little more paying for name on the Harley. But if I had the coin, would I take this or the Scout? I think I would take the Scout over this if I had the coin. If I didn't, then I'd take this. But if I had the coin, I wouldn't pick the Harley. I would take the Scout over this, I would take the Scout over the Harley. That's what I meant to say. So engine and transmission are getting 2 thumbs up for me. Boom, boom.
Non-adjustable 41 millimeter, 130 mils of travel, right side up, not upside down. Also 1 disc, you don't see one on the other side. This is a 300 mil disc and 2 piston, not 4 piston. Axial mount too. 80 mils of travel for this lean forward shock and 250 on a 1 single piston there floater, and of course chain drive, no belt like on a Harley or Indian. And I would say the Harley and Indians are the competitors against this, the Scout and the 883. You would probably come up with some other ones too. But how does this suspension and brakes feel on the street?
This suspension is rough, but it's cruiser rough. It's the normal cruiser rough suspension. I say, what do you mean rough? Well, I'll ride a touring bike or a standard bike, and you'll know the difference. But for what it is, it works, and it works very well. The front brake, that's a plank. Sorry, no feel, no feedback. How do you tell you're decelerating? By the G-force. You're not getting anything in the fingers or hand here, no feedback. But the rear, oh, it locked it. I can tell right when I'm locking it up there. Beautiful. So for the rear brake, boom, 2 thumbs up. For the front brake, 2 thumbs way down. And then the suspension's right in the middle. So I give this bike 1.5 thumb for the suspension and brakes, and that's because of the front brake. That's why it's not getting 2 thumbs, guys. This front brake needs some help. Maybe it's something wrong with this machine. I don't know. You guys give me some feedback. Those of you that own a Vulcan and say the front brake is awesome on yours, maybe it's this demo bike front brake that is, that could be it too. I've run into that on occasion, to where I say one thing about a bike and then I ride the same model of bike, same year, just a different one, and I'm like, oh wow, it doesn't do it on this one. Maybe that's the case here. But that's why I'm doing 1.5 thumb for this suspension and brakes.
Coming to the back of the bike, this seat, you can, there's many options, many sizes, shapes. This is 3-position adjustable too. I think it's right, yeah, I think it's in the middle here, right? And that's fine, and it suits me fine with my inseam of 32-inch. Also, you can mount bags and all kinds of seat options here for a cruiser, and you can set this thing up to tour with too. 710 mils off the ground, guys. This is hilariously low. Look at this. It's like, oh wow. That's it. Anybody can get on this bike. If you can't throw a leg over this thing, you got some serious problems. 14-liter tank, kind of small, but the way this little 650 sips fuel, that's not a problem. Filled up, it's 229 kilos. How does this feel, say, in a little village?
In a little village, this thing is flickable. I would never say that about a Harley or an Indian. Well, I don't even say it about the FTR 1200 Indian. But the Scout and the 883, this thing is flickable. I think it's because the weight is so low and there's not much engine weight in this little 650 parallel twin. Let's be honest, guys. A parallel twin is a lot lighter than a V all day long. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just less engine, less outside material and everything. And this lightness is interesting. It's fascinating, actually. I have full command and view, so if you guys wanted to have a cruiser style, lightweight, a minimalistic cruiser bike, then this is it. I would seriously give this bike some consideration. If are you gonna wait? Yeah, okay. If I were in the market for something this light and inexpensive. So this is what you always got to figure when you're looking at a bike like this, is money and how tall are you also. So both things there is what you got to really consider, and this is pressing all those bells and whistles for me. As far as a lightweight, cheap, inexpensive, everything, all of the above, it checks all those boxes. And so in a little village, 2 thumbs, boom, boom, way up.
Standard controls here, like it that it's adjustable clutch, standard and adjustable. The mirrors, they actually work fairly well. Also, the ignition here, Look at this, nicely done. You got your tack up at the top and then your speed. Also, oh, looks like I'm getting low on fuel, it looks like there. Very basic, very minimalistic. Liking it overall. Yeah. So overall verdict, if you guys find that the Harley and the Indian are just a little too much, take a look at this. This is a pretty nice option. And for chain, I don't know, I think I would still rather have the Scout, but if you don't have the extra cash, this is a viable option, no problem. Hands down. You know, if I don't have the 3 or 4K to get the Scout and I only got the cash for this, I'm getting this. Nice pull down low is overall, and I didn't think it would be very much. It was actually more than anticipated from this little parallel twin 650. Here's something that's also nice. Kawasaki's been making this motor for almost 2 decades. No, it's over 2 decades, this little 650. And the EN6R or whatever, back in the mid 2000s, I think they started. So bulletproof motor, yeah. This thing will never die. This is like the Toyota truck in Top Gear. Remember, they kept trying to kill it and it would always start. Same thing with this motor. No problems there. Overall verdict, guys, this is getting 2 thumbs up. And if you're looking for a small, lightweight cruiser that is cheaper than 10K, what is this thing, 8, 9? Depending on your country, wherever you're at. 2 thumbs up, no problems. All right, guys, I hope I've earned your subscription, and also remember to ride safe and ride like there's nothing to prove, guys. Take care. Cheers.